Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about the NGS headline, but Sony pulled a fast one on us. So as you can see over here, I cannot actually watch the NGS headline because the video contains some content from Sony Music Entertainment, which is of course the Melty Blood song. The artist is tied with Sony Music Entertainment, and that is why you can't watch the NGS headline right now. And well, I wasn't able to watch the NGS headline live as it was streaming because I was having a nice sushi dinner outside, and I come back from my nice sushi dinner and I'm greeted with this screen right here. But do not worry, the Japanese livestream is still up, so I was able to watch through all of that, and so I can still deliver all the important information to you guys. But before we jump into the video, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe, as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. Alright, so the very first thing I want to talk about is, of course, the level cap has increased. We can now get all of our classes to level 65, which means we get even more battle power, we get stronger, we get new gear, stuff like that. Actually, speaking about gear, it has been confirmed through the livestream that we are getting 7-star rarity armors, and they will drop from combat zones. So they will drop from the higher level combat zones, but they drop in specific areas. So for example, if you're looking for the Belta armors, which is range and technique damage, then you'll want to go to Retem Al-Noth or Makid lower levels and farm there to get those specific armors. While if you want the Sheza armor, which is melee damage as well as technique damage, you want to farm in the Kavaris high level zones. So that is of course Lost Central as well as Belugana runes. And if you want the Arga armors, which is melee damage as well as range damage, you'd want to farm in the Alio high ranked areas. So that's going to be Mount Magnus, Banford Laboratory runes, as well as Rezel Forest. Now on top of the new armors, our weapons can be enhanced up to plus 60, but only the 6-star weapons. So only 6-star weapons and below. For some reason, 7-star weapons, or like our Kaisars as well as the new series and ruggeds, won't be able to be enhanced to plus 60, and we don't get an extra augment slot at plus 60 either. So I find that really weird. I still think the 7-star rarity is going to outshine it. So I don't really know why they added this, but I don't really think that this is going to be part of your main progression, especially for a lot of players who have kind of played the game for a little bit already. Now, speaking about combat zones, we are getting rank 4 combat zones for Vanford Laboratories, Mount Magnus, Retem Al-Noth, as well as Makid lower levels, while for the Kavaris region as well as Rezel Forest, we'll be getting rank 3 versions. However, don't worry, the 7-star armors will drop from the highest rank of each respective combat zone. So let's say, for example, you're farming for the 7-star armor Arga, which only drops in Alio. So the drop rate of that armor is not going to be lower in Rezel Forest just because Rezel Forest has rank 3, while Vanford Laboratories and Mount Magnus has rank 4. It's the same drop rate across the board, so you don't need to worry about that. Now, while we're on the topic about ranked combat zones, in the highest ranked combat zones, you will be able to get these special PSE bursts called PSE Burst Fortes. If you get PSE Burst Fortes, all of the mobs that spawn are going to be gold mobs or elite mobs, which is a special type of PSE burst. And basically when you hit that, it's like a jackpot. You're going to get a lot of items, you're going to get a lot of Meseta. It's really nice to hit one of those PSE Fortes. But on top of this, in the new high rank sectors, they've also added in NPCs in co-op trials. So basically Manon, Aina, Nadare, they're all just going to suddenly pop in, and there's going to be a special trial or special quest, and when you complete them, it is a guaranteed PSE burst, at least for Aina and Manon. I don't really know for Nadara or Nadare. I don't know if hers will proc a PSE burst, but either way, it's going to be super interesting, super fun, and it's kind of nice to just mix things up a little bit so you're not just constantly grinding away. Sometimes, occasionally, you know, something new happens, you get a couple of known faces come in and a little bit of funny dialogue. So looking forward to that. Now, while we're still on the topic of combat zones, they have said that they've made rugged weapons drop from regular enemies in combat zones now, so it's not tied to boss enemies that are level 52 or 51 and above. Now, any mob above the level 51 or 52 can now drop rugged weapons. So yeah, once this patch kicks in, everyone just grind away, and I hope to see rugged weapons drop a little bit more often. But then again, you know, is it a little bit too late? I don't really know, because we also have a new 7-star rarity weapon that can also drop from combat zones. So I don't really know if it's still worth going rugged, or is this new 7-star rarity going to be better? I personally think that the new 7-star rarity weapon is probably going to be a side grade to your Kaisar weapon. I don't think it's going to replace your Kaisar weapon, because it just doesn't really make that much sense for a lot of players. You know, you've worked so hard to finally finally get your Kaiser weapon, only to get like a common drop weapon to replace it. It just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I think it's just going to be a side grade. It's kind of equal footing or equal power to your Kaiser, maybe like 2% better damage or something. But, you know, I don't know if it's actually worth farming for a rugged weapon anymore, because Stia is just around the corner. The Stia region comes out in 2 months, and once that region comes out, we are guaranteed 8-star, even 9-star rarity weapons, which are going to far outshine our current 7-star rarities. So the only people that I would advise to try to farm for rugged or try to farm for the new weapon series are going to be the people who skipped making a Kaiser weapon. Maybe you didn't want to make a Kaiser weapon because, you know, farming those icicle cubes and those orbs and all of that stuff was just too much and you didn't want to go through all of that hassle. Then definitely upgrade to this new weapon series or even a rugged weapon, depending on what your budget is or how lucky you are while farming in these combat zones. Now, of course, we are getting all of the balance changes, so I did a whole video about all those balance changes. Basically, you know, everyone's going to feel better except for Soaring Blades, unfortunately. Soaring Blades, yeah, hopefully in the December update, you guys get new skills, new changes, new balancing. I don't know what you guys are going to get. But other than Bouncer Soaring Blades, if you play any other class, you're definitely going to feel a difference. You're going to be a lot stronger. Now, the next thing I want to talk about is, of course, Urgent Quests. They have upgraded the ranks on the Urgent Quest in Ritem, and on top of that, they've also added Trigger Quest versions of them. So now you can basically run these Urgent Quests on demand, which is a very big deal. You can buy these triggers from the Alliance shop, so you're going to be incentivized to actually do all of your different Alliance tasks in order to boost your Alliance points so that you can get all of the tokens, and then you can buy all of these triggers and run them with your friends. Next up is, of course, the Battle Dia Purple Ritem Devastators. So this is the purple Battle Dia in Ritem. They've added a new rank to it, and all of the Gigantics are now level 69, and yeah, it's gonna be great. Now, remember earlier I said Ritem Urgent Quest got a new rank? Well, it's the exact same thing with the Alio regions. They've also got a new rank of Urgent Quests that just ramp up to level 65, and on top of that, you also have the Battle Dia Purple Alio Devastators, which is also bumped up, so all of the Gigantics are level 69. Now, for some quality of life changes, you can now teleport directly to region mags. This is a godsend because I found it super annoying not being able to just teleport there to feed the region mag, but now you can very easy. Music discs, you can finally preview the music disc before buying it. So this is freaking awesome, especially from the treasure shop. Every time I'm like, I don't know what that music disc sounds like, and I'll have to go onto YouTube, blah, 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 and that's such a hassle. Now you can preview the song in game and see if it's worth it or not, and then just buy it if you like it and just skip if you don't like it. Very nice quality of life change. Another quality of life change is your Arks ID. You can now change the camera angle and add in new backdrops in order to get that perfect screenshot. They even added an NPC in Central City that will teach you how to do all of these things in case it is a little bit complicated. So that's great, I guess. I never really cared too much about the Arks ID, but I know some people who do care about these things. Now, a quality of life thing that I am actually excited about is, of course, the quick menu. They have now allowed you to fully customize your quick menu. It used to be pretty limiting, like you'd have to have specific functions in your quick menu. Even though I never used them, I was forced to have them there. But now you can fully customize it. You can delete all the ones you don't want and only keep the ones that you actually use in your quick menu. This is extremely useful for my console players because navigating through all your silly menus is a pain in the butt with the controller. Now, another quality of life thing that they've added is the Gather Party Members feature. So this basically allows the leader of the party to pull all the party members to their location. This is a feature that should have been added in the game on release. However, they found some bug and they took forever to fix it. And well, now it is fixed, so they can finally add it into the game. I know a lot of console players wanted this because they're like, yo, listen, you know, you're telling me to come to this block, into this location, into that. That's so complicated. Just invite me into the party and just drag me along with you. And I'm glad that this feature is finally being implemented. Next up is the Ordinal Tower. This is a new game mode. Think of it like a boss rush. There's going to be all of these different floors and you got to climb this tower basically. As you get higher floors, there's going to be more difficult bosses, more difficult limitations, higher multipliers that you can switch on. And basically you're just going for the highest score. You're trying to get to the highest floor, and there's a bunch of titles tied to this. And the rewards are actually worth it because you can get the new 7-star rarity weapons from class-specific title rewards. And these weapons that you get from the title rewards are enhanced and possibly augmented already. I don't know about the augments, but I know that they're already enhanced at like plus 40 already, so it will save you a little bit of resources, so it might be something that you want to work towards. We got the Melty Blood collab to look forward to. I already showed you guys the trailer, so you've probably seen this already. Yeah, it looks okay. You know, I know a lot of people say it does look a little bit bland. I'm probably gonna go for maybe like the weapon camo and the stamps, but I don't really think I'm gonna go for the outfit specifically. Maybe voice tickets, I'm not entirely sure yet, but this doesn't interest me that much because we know that next month in the anime collab, it has been confirmed it is an Overlord collaboration, and they did confirm already that Ainz as well as Albedo are gonna have their outfits, as well as voice tickets, as well as weapon camos and emotes are gonna be in this collaboration. I am a very big Overlord fan. You bet your butts I'm definitely gonna be getting Albedo's outfit. I think I'm gonna go Ainz as well because I really like Ainz's look. This might be the one time where I will actually cosplay as a type 1 character, simply because Ainz is just that badass, and you know, his voice is so good, it's top notch. And last but not least, NGS has hit 10 million registered users worldwide. So this is on the JP side as well as the global side combined together. So this is a massive number, 10 million. Sure, it's registered users, but it doesn't really matter because they're celebrating this and we're going to be getting free stuff, so I ain't complaining.
Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again.
But yeah, that's all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome?